I started doing this as like therapeutic, but you can actually make some money off this stuff, man.
It's a good way to have fun, get my mind off through the week, and talk about sports, especially because I love doing that. So it comes easy for me for sure.
What software you be using?
StreamYards is real convenient if you want to stream on like different sites, like on YouTube, Facebook. And I also do Twitch. I do it on my Twitch as well. It's a lot of different platforms you can use on StreamYards. And StreamYards basically is like the, I guess, catalyst of it all. So like you can pick whatever destination, you can do your title, and then you go live. You go live on all them 3 platforms or whatever platform you use. And it's like real easy. Then you can save all your videos and everything to your computer right after. That's what I do. And then, you can go from there. So StreamYards is really, really a good program.
And I saw sponsorship. All I got to do is say, come to Anchor.
Right.
Give me a second. Anchor is a free site that allows you to have creative content.
That's what it is. And people gonna hear that. You're gonna make your money from that. I swear to goodness.
Have you thought of sponsorship? Because you get a decent amount of people watching.
I have thought about it, but I know everything's not gonna happen overnight. So I'm just slowly enjoying what I'm doing right now, and it's like my mindset is like, if it gets to the point where it's big, then it gets to that point. If not, I'm cool with that also, because basically I didn't do podcasting just to be big, because to be honest with you, I don't enjoy being in front of the camera. I'm more of a behind the scenes guy. I just do this for fun. This pandemic was really like the starting off point, because I was thinking about doing it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm probably not gonna do it really. But then when you get on lockdown, you just like, man, I gotta do something, so.
Bro, how this started? I wasn't doing this before the pandemic. You know that. I was just music. I have a personality that not many people like. It's hard for me. It's sometimes, just like you, it's hard for me to talk to some people sometimes, because my personality. I say I'm crazy. You already know me by now. You know I'm crazy. I say I'm crazy, but you can't get my personality without getting to know me a little bit like this. So that's why I do it. I want to tell you, I respect what you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep doing it. You may not think people are watching, but they are watching.
Yeah,
and
right.
I go through that a lot. That's the main reason why I want to do one with you again, because I want to tell you that close up. Like
my first year, I was still trying to fill out the whole school system, trying to figure out Texas and Terrell in general. And then second year, I was a little bit more social. Because I had never felt like I was cool. I was just a little bit more social.
You was cool and reserved. I was in the studio. I made that mixtape that first year. Second year, people act like they didn't see me in the studio before, past tense. All the popular kids, surprisingly, was in the chorus. So they knew of me. Later, the popular kids started to find out we had a studio up in there. And then they saw me up in there. It was like, what that boy doing up in there? Remember the volleyball team came in there one time, popped up just to watch me. I felt so honored. I said, oh, I guess I am good.
That's crazy, because the volleyball team never came to see me. That's crazy. I wasn't doing nothing.
Your sister came in there one time to chill with me. Who else came up in there? A Miracle.
Miracle surprised me. She can sing, boy. I was like, excuse me?
Did I tell you that story? So I took production the second year. I took production. Okay. And we was in the class, right? We had to do a song. He put Your Frat all together. And he put me and Darren inside a group of boys that was just high 24/7. I had just made my single One of a Kind. I was high off that. That was my first time being in the real studio. And I had just put that out like the year prior, got a whole bunch of love off that. And I was like, ain't nobody fucking with me right now. So I already knew I was good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember we had practice inside the dorm. And they was coming up with ideas of like, all right, what we're going to talk about. And their ideas was whack, bro. I had wrote a song. It probably was whack, but I wrote something. And then I gave it to them. And they just pushed it to the side. And then we had a Christian school, bro. We gonna start this off by saying smoking a J on the motherfucking block, dude. I'm like, no, they weren't taking my ideas. Their ideas was whack. I got mad. I'm finna go to the teacher. I went to the teacher I know like a snitch with her. I went to the teacher and I was like, I want out of this group.
Yeah.
I'm in production class and this shit's gonna fuck up my grade. They skipping practice. We supposed to be doing this. They not taking my ideas. You got me in a win-lose scenario. The teacher told me, said, well, it's gonna probably upset the class, but I can pull you out and you could be in the group by yourself.
Right.
And I said, yeah, but I won't dare.
Oh yeah, Darren can sing for real, boy.
Yeah. He said he know. I said he didn't know. I said, yeah. He said, all right. I'll discuss it with the class tomorrow. And that would be that. Boy, that second class was so Randy Dardaw was in that class too. There was a lot of people up in there. That class was hot.
Yeah.
That class was hot at me, bro. That's the maddest I seen Fox at me in a minute. They was like, really? And then I told Darren that day, he was like, shit, I don't care. And then I gave it to him. He went over it. He sung it. And then, like, we recorded that.
Looking up with satisfaction, accomplished my own journey. Fell a couple of times, but I keep on learning. And I'm going to own it. This is my moment, where I'm supposed to be. Success, it runs in me. Never give up, don't you give up. Just got to live it up. Don't you give it up. Never give up.
I wrote 2 verses, and then it had 3 verses in the song. I asked Roderick Dilworth.
Big Swole, yeah.
We put Roderick on that song.
I didn't know if he could actually legit rap or not. I didn't know.
He started rapping towards the end.
Okay.
The reason I put Roderick on the song because Roderick was more popular than me.
Oh yeah, he was yeah.
I knew if I always used to think like that. I'm like, I know niggas don't know that well, but if I got Darren on the song and then say Roderick is on the song, people already know Roderick. So of course they're gonna try to listen, watch it. So I put Roderick. Of course he was like, nah. Then eventually he said, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And like I said, the rest was history. We end up having another session.
Okay.
I didn't know we had another session. Well, we already recorded our song. We done. Like, we finished our song in a day. They was like, well, you got time? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I looked at Darren. I was like, all right, so we finna go up in the. They was already chilling there because they started with their session, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Up in the. Leah was up in the. All your frat was in the. I was already writing a verse to a song that Darren gave me because Darren liked how I wrote Never Give Up. He was like, hey, I found this beat, and it was a Busta Rhymes beat. He found the beat. He was like, hey, I want to always sing this. You think you could come up with a verse or something like that? So I didn't like it at all. That's probably one of the first beats I was like, I hate this beat.
Oh, man, okay.
And I wrote the shit. After I wrote it, I didn't think nothing of it. I just passed it. I wrote something, but then I was like, yeah, I wrote something, but I'm not finna rap it. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote it, and then we went to the studio, and Darren was like, hey, what about that song? I was like, oh, well, alrighty then.
Right.
It took me a while to rap that first verse because I didn't practice it. Roger had ended up coming in the studio because I told Roger to bring me my laptop. He brought my laptop to me. I started writing that second verse with help from Roger. Miracle was up in the Leah and Darren were humming something. Miracle talked to Darren. Darren talked to Fox. Fox talked to them, and then slowly I step off. They hop up on that mic, and I'm just like, I got 2 pretty girls on my song.
When I look back over my life, everything that happened special came from you. That makes you all my pride and joy. Young Preezy, baby.
That's pretty crazy because we all knew, all them dudes from Chicago, they was already tight before they came to, Southwestern. So, they, of course, they're going to, stay true to themselves. Chicago dudes, they all love each other, but
they was tight like a mud. They had that connection.
Yeah.
They had that connection. So LeBron James, he's thinking about putting out an album.
It's cool for athletes to venture out and do different things. I think, in the music world, it's cool for them to, really test their creativity because, they've done it all, right? Like you're the best, some of the best athletes in the world. Why not try other things, So I'm okay with, athletes trying to test their musical range, as, used to say.
Draymond Green was in the news, post his opinion regarding players and teams. He said that teams can talk about a player's future with them, good or bad, but once the player speaks out, they get fined. What's your opinion?
I agree with Draymond. I think the NBA does a lot of things right sometimes. They do a lot of things right. But for this situation, I think it's very true. Players have to limit themselves a lot. I understand you want to keep the league brandable, but these are still human beings. These are not machines that are just playing basketball and going home. Like, they have to have a social life. And with Draymond, I know he was talking about, how they put these athletes on the shelves because they're trying to trade them or buy them out, which is stupid, which is very stupid. And he had a great point about you have to have these players to stay in shape. They have to just shut their mouths and just do whatever the organization, tells them to do, which is not cool at all. The league definitely has to figure out how to handle this better because these are still athletes. They still need to get paid. And when players just, ask for trades and like Draymond said, trying to do a better situation and they get fined for it, that's stupid. That's real stupid. And the league needs to address that whenever they get the chance because it's not fair to the players.
AD is out. How you feeling?
How am I feeling? You know what? I'm kind of glad AD is out because look, we all know AD to be a fragile guy. That's his MO. I think last year was probably the first time in his career that he stayed relatively healthy throughout the whole season, which is pretty surprising because we know AD to play maybe like 60 out of the 82 games. So I'm kind of glad he's out. He tried to play through it. But with the Achilles, you got to take that like seriously because we all seen what happened to Kevin Durant trying to play through an Achilles injury during the finals against the Toronto Raptors, and he blew his Achilles up, and you know what happened there. So it's good for AD to take time off, take that little quick month off, try to get his Achilles right, and then come back to playing Anthony Davis type level. But I think they're going to be okay. Anytime you got a LeBron James led team, it's kind of hard to, think the Lakers going to lose. So I think AD is going to be all right taking that little time off. LeBron James, what he's doing at this age, leading his team, being the best player on the Los Angeles Lakers at his age is mind-blowing. And if he wins the MVP this year, it is hard for him to not be in that, who's the best conversation. Now, I'm going to say Michael Jordan is still the best because you can't count out 6 rings and going undefeated in the finals. And I can't put LeBron at the top. I say he's third right now, just to be 100% honest with you. Third best player. Skip. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Look, the only reason why I say LeBron, if LeBron wins this year, I'm sorry. I have to say, if LeBron wins this year, I will put him second. It is what it is.
Skip. You always changing the narrative. Changing the narrative, Skip.
I'm sorry, man. Shanny do be talking about it like, come on, Shanny. Like, dang.
LeBron the GOAT to me. The way he playing right now, I think somebody said it best. They said LeBron James will have a better career than Michael Jordan.
Okay, I can see that.
Basketball-wise, Michael Jordan is not going to change.
No, I think if LeBron managed to go get 7 rings, that's going to be really tough, especially for a guy his age, Golden State really messed him up. I mean, very bad, because I think LeBron could have had 6 or 7 rings at this point. But if he wins 3 in a row right now, I think that legacy is cemented as probably one of the top, as probably the best basketball player.
Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter, been in the news lately. She's with Michael B. Jordan right now. She's dating Michael B. Jordan, but she used to date Puff Daddy.
Ooh.
Then she dated somebody before then. So she got her, she got around. Round.
Right. Yeah.
But they talking smack.
If that's what she want to do, all power to her. I mean, that's a dangerous game, but it's fine. I mean, she's young. She having prime of her life. It's all good. She do her thing.
Are you looking forward to the Space Jam 2?
To be honest with you, I'm not excited about it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not excited about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as LeBron James is a cool actor, I think there's some things you just need to leave alone.
It's gonna be different, but I feel like we put classics on a pedestal. Like they can't be touched. And I think it has to do with the nostalgia of it. Michael Jeffrey Jordan could not act.
We are right here with that. I was just about to say that.
If they can top the acting and the tunes are well represented, it's gonna look different. So I feel like it has potential, but I have to see another trailer.
It could work, maybe.